So you can see these pictures right here. So basically, the big four insects, aquatic insects that us fly fishers are interested in is mayflies, with that profile right there, okay? And like we talked about earlier, there's 4 different kinds of mayflies. There's a clinger, a crawler, a swimmer, and a burrower. Number 2 is caddisflies, okay? Caddisflies can have a case around them, or they can be free living like I have in here. The third one is true flies. That's the midges. They're the really small flies. They usually look like a little worm. Okay. Number 4 is stoneflies. Okay, that's usually the bigger bug, though there are smaller varieties of stones. And then we have other foods that are in our rivers, not necessarily the lower Yuba, but you know, we have the true bugs like back swimmers, water boatmen, aquatic moths, damsels and dragons, so damselflies, dragonflies, aquatic worms, snails, crustaceans, crayfish, scuds. So let's go through this sampling right here. And Patrick did this with me, and it just took no time. And this is just a very small section of river, so imagine that whole river. I need a pointer. I'm going to get a stick right here.
You've got a lot of swimmers in there.
A lot.
And one obvious squall for stonefly.
Okay, so that mayfly nymph right there, okay, that is a March brown, and how I know that is because it's a very flat bug, and it's a clinger, so it clings on to to rocks in very fast water. Okay, all these little guys cruising around here, these swimming mayflies, those are all blue-wing olives, and I know that just from profile and size and color.
Those are mayflies.
Now, this little guy here, he's got, we might see it happen in front of our eyes. It's happened before. He's got a really dark wing case. That means he's ready to pop. We've had bugs emerge right here with this warming water, and that's what happens when the water warms up. So this guy here, that's your squalus stone, the nymph.
That's a big bite.
Plenty of protein for the day.
Yep.
So there's your squala nymph. I know it's a squala because of the size and because of the very, very long tails. And that's why I say when you carry around this little book with you and you're out on the water and you can identify the picture in the book and then, you know, the bug that's right in front of it, you're going to go click, click, click. It's all going to make sense to you. And then you'll start to memorize the actual shapes.
Did you use a net, or did you just get these from under the rocks?
I have a scene, and
Yeah,
Patrick
okay.
held it, and then I took the rocks and I just brushed my hands over
So we
it.
did both.
Yeah. That's a PMD nymph right there. It's a crawler. It has a little bit more bulkier of a body than some of these swimmers right here.
Is that reddish color?
It looks like it.
Kind of reddish.
Here's another PMD right here, but he's much smaller, so juvenile.
So is the PMD, where is he on the chart?
Well, it's mayfly right here.
Part of the mayfly.
Pale
Oh, okay.
morning dun. I don't have an
Oh.
exact picture of it. So yeah, there's so many different species.
Yeah.
But you don't make it too technical when you really get into this. Just keep it simple, and that's the best thing to do. This stonefly right here, that's a yellow Sally. I know that because of size.
How do you know that's a stonefly
Yeah, how
versus
did you
something else?
identify
Well, because I've been studying this for
Yeah.
so long, you get to identify body shapes.
That's the stonefly.
That's the
right
stonefly right there. Usually because
Shorter
it has
tailed.
6 legs?
it has 3 wing cases to it,
Yeah, I can see that.
You don't
rather
have
than
any-
one that the mayflies have.
You don't have any
Now the
worms in
minnow,
your
the
crop.
minnow is, where's the minnow family
Here's a
in
worm
this?
right there. Does that look like a worm?
Is
No, that's a caddis, and that's the next guy I'm going to get to.
Oh, well,
So, get rid of that moss right there. This is a free living caddis. There's 2 different kinds. Come on, open up, open up.
He's no dummy.
There's 2 different kinds of free living caddis. There's Rhyacophilia, and that's what this species is right here, and then there's Hydropsyche. Hydropsyche is a little bit more bulkier. And again, you
Look
just
at
learn
that.
this by going through the books. This caddis does not build a home. It's free living. It spins a net, it hangs off the rocks, and filters debris coming down the river. That's how it eats. Also called net spinning caddis, or a lot of fly fishers call them green rockworms. A good sampling, looking at this right now, there are a ton of blueing olives or betas in the sampling, and also the green rockworms.
What is this one right down there at the end of the hose?
That is a March brown.
Yeah.
Okay,
And-
so it has a tail like the the
squala
squalus
stonefly.
has a longer tail, but
Right.
the same shape.
Now, a lot of the mayflies could tell the different species apart, how many tails they have. March browns, 2, okay? Pale morning dun has 3, Betas has 3. Some of these mayflies, when they're nymphs, they'll have 2, and then when they hatch, they'll have 3. That makes it really confusing.
Yeah.
The green drake does that. So I always flip rocks when I get to a river, even if it's one that I know really well. I want to see what's under there, get a good sampling.
There's a
Yeah,
squirrel.
that's one right there.
So this is what one?
That's the stonefly. That big one?
These are both stoneflies.
No,
you're
the little
pointing
one in
at.
the corner with the tail.
Yeah, that's a
little one.
stonefly.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
What's the big long one there?
That's a
This is-
stonefly, the
yeah.
squala.
Yeah.
I showed you the adult form today.
So why don't you match those against their flies that are in their box?
Okay. Who's got a box?
This
Okay.
is where it becomes fun.
We saw the squala adult today, right? That's what matches it. That's my tie. We didn't see any grasshoppers today, but these are the grasshoppers. So, that squala stone, there it is right there.
That's this one? No, that's
No,
the
the
yeah.
bigger
Yeah,
ones,
large
so
big
size. So, these Yuba river fish are weird. You can get by with this real simple tie right here. They don't care. Where other rivers, they might want a more detailed stonefly pattern. Our minnow right here, that's a salmon smolt. That would be that right there. So it doesn't have the egg sac on it. Alevin. Bird's nest, the March brown. It's a little bit bigger of a mayfly. This guy is already dead, but you can see it's kind of there.
Oh, good. Who's leaving?
He wiggled good.
I'm not dead yet.
Where are
Okay,
mayflies?
so the blue wing olive,
Those are the
that would be the adult stage right there. Okay, and the March brown, that would be the adult stage right there. The little swimmer nymphs would be these 4 right here. X-May, are those all 4 X-Mays? Okay,
Yeah.
that's Lance's tie, great pattern. X-Mays, and then the caddis that I showed you, the free living, that would be it right there, but in its pupa stage where it starts to emerge. It's not a larva anymore. Larva, pupa, adult.
So is the zebra nymph kind of emulate that when it's younger too? At this stage?
With the caddis, no, it's strictly a midge pattern, but
Okay.
they can all cross over, you know.
Right.
There's no aquatic worms in this sampling, but there's your worm right there, which are always in the system, and usually the worms come from the reservoir.
That would make sense. Yeah.
And the midges too.
Right.
So, okay, now you got the fly, and you got it well matched with the animal. How do you present it? Like, does it just sit on the bottom and flow with the? go with the
All of
flow?
these are dead drift.
dead drift.
All of these are dead drift because they're in the behavioral drift. That's where they're helpless and just going down the currents of the stream. The minnow pattern you could strip or swing. Dead drift.
Even these?
The hopper you might twitch a little bit to give it some action. You ever seen a grasshopper in the water? They're like,
Trying to get the hell out.
yeah, help me, help me. You could twitch it right there.
We come up and go.
Let me turn this back on.